Hi there, this is Jimmy, and he is, I think, about just a little bit over 5 weeks since he's been gelded, and we're going to start training him to pull a cart. So today I'm going to go ahead and put a harness on him and and we'll go ahead and just start ground training him, and that'll be step one of how we're going to ground train him. I'm not sure if the harness is going to fit him real good. We might have to fit it, but today we'll just put it on him and we'll try a little bit of driving around and see how he does. So I'm going to go ahead and tie him off, and so he can stand here while we're putting the harness on him. If you have somebody that can possibly help you sometimes to stand in front of them while you're putting the harness on, it might be helpful, but let me run over and grab a harness. It's on. Okay, so I've got a harness that we use to train our donkeys with, and that includes a saddle, a single saddle, and a britchin, and the girth strap, and so we'll be putting that on him. You're going to be a good boy, Jimmy. And then here's the harness, or the part that goes on his head, and we have a single split or half cheek snaffle bit, and that'll work good for getting him used to having that on. And we've got the tugs, but I'm not going to put those on him today while we're just doing a little ground training. And here's the reins. So I'll go ahead and start with the saddle. Not sure how this is going to fit Jimmy, because his dad, Jumpin' Jack, is who's worn this last. You okay with that? Okay, so I want to get the saddle right above his withers there. And we'll go ahead and see how this fits. You okay, Jimmy? You're doing good. And these under checks are here to keep the shafts of the cart from going up. And so I'm just going to kind of tuck them in here so they don't hang down and get in our way while we're doing a little ground driving. And then the little Cooper, we get him used to having his tail pulled up in here. It's a very sensitive part of their body, so this is actually a little, needs to be adjusted shorter. And I can't do that now because I'm going to have to punch a hole in there to do that. Let me get this under check out of the way. That one's out of the way. And the britchin is actually the brakes. So when you're carting, you hook that to your cart, and that will slow the cart down and keep it from running into the back of them. So I'm just going to kind of pull that up and out of the way. Okay, Jimmy, you got nothing dragging. You're doing good. Thank you for standing still. now I'm going to put the headstall on. And I'll just hook this around here, just in case he decides to run away. What a good boy. Can you move over this way? Okay, this headstall actually has a nose band on it. So, ready? I know it's something different, huh? Good boy. Put his ears up in here. Okay. Put his nose band on. You're doing good, Jimmy. I'm the one that's taking too long home. And this is an overcheck to kind of keep him from putting his head down if we're like showing him. A good boy. It's a little bit big for you, huh? Okay. I'm going to go ahead and put the overcheck up here. Take his halter off. Check, make sure the blinkers are not bothering his eyes. Okay, let's get some reins on here. Ho, ho, ho. You're doing good, Jimmy. Don't go anywhere. Okay, so just starting the ground training or ground driving training. I'm just going to give him simple commands like walk, and I probably need to go ahead and get a whip. So let me just stop for a second and I'll go over and get a whip. Ho, ho, ho. You were good, Jimmy. Thank you for standing still. Okay, now let's, I'm going to see if we can just start with something simple like walk on. Come on. I know this is all new. Come on, Jimmy, walk. Let's go around this side of the tree. Come on. Walk, walk, come on. There you go. He's got to get used to having a bit in his mouth and having me not standing on his right side walking with him. So it's going to take a little bit here to get used to this. Come on, Jimmy, walk. walk. If I can get him moving forward, I'm happy. Good boy. G. G, come on. Walk. Walk. You can't walk into the fence. I need to adjust that overcheck a little bit. Come on, Jimmy, walk. Huh? 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 Ho? Okay, got part of his braking system is hanging down here. I had to make some adjustments to this harness and I got everything tied up so we won't be dragging around. And so let's go ahead and get back to trying to get Jimmy to ground drive a little bit. And we'll go ahead and get started. Just kind of letting him choose his way for right now and getting him a little bit of feel how the reins are pulling on him a little bit. G. G. Huh? Huh? No, no eating. Walk. Walk. That bit in his mouth is a whole new feeling for him. Walk. Come on, Jimmy. Walk. Good boy. Let's try to go to the other side of the yard. I got to pick up those leaves. Probably about 95 or 96 today. So we don't want to do any of this when we're out from underneath the trees. Doing good, Jimmy. Just going to give him a couple more minutes now with him getting used to having all the harness and all the gear on while he's walking. Seems like he's getting a little more comfortable now. G, 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 G. Okay, ho. Good boy. What a good boy. You did good for your first time, all harnessed up. What a good boy you are. Okay, we're going to go back over to the fence so I can put his regular halter on and go ahead and take all this gear off of him. Oh, good boy. You did a good job, Jimmy. Just start by putting this halter around his neck just so he doesn't bolt off. What a good boy you were, huh? Okay, we'll go ahead and take off his headstall first. Disconnect the reins. What a good boy. Put his halter on correctly. You did a good job, Jimmy. What a good boy you are. Okay, well that's going to be our lesson for today. And we're going to go put Jimmy back in his pen and let him get some well-deserved rest. You did a good job, Jimmy. And we'll just continue doing this till we really feel like we're ready to go ahead and hook something on behind him. I've actually got a little piece of PVC pipe that I've made to kind of simulate having a cart behind him, and it'll kind of drag behind him, and he'll feel the sides of the PVC pipe go on, kind of like the shafts of a cart, and give them the feeling of having something behind them dragging and making noise. And so we'll just work on ground driving a few more times before we introduce that. But that's how we're getting him kind of used to doing a little bit of carting and ground driving. And it'll be a little while before we're ready to introduce a cart, because you're kind of at the mercy of him taking off running while you're in the cart, because there are no brakes. So we want to make sure that he's bulletproof before we get to that point. Anyway, thanks for watching. And remember, if this video was helpful to you, please like and subscribe. And if you have a good outlet for some great harnesses for miniature donkeys, I get a lot of questions a lot of times from people saying that they don't really know where they can find harnesses or backpacks. So if you have any good outlets that you would like to share, go ahead and put them in the comments, and it'll be very helpful to other people. Thank you very much for watching.
On.
All right, Jimmy. You did a good job today. Let's get going back to your pen.